Here is the Progressive Industries 30 amp surge protector with the remote display. There it is. Looks like it is about 5 inches wide, 8 3/8 long. Of course, you've got connectors at these sides, both sides have connectors, and that's where your wire will be entering, so you really need more space than that. Its depth is at 3.5, and I want it to go in there. Take out that 4x4 box and try and find a place for it. Again, the 4x4 combo box, I had already used that. See, that's where the feed's coming in, and it's going out the side underneath this propane tank case, big galvanized thing, and then that's where it enters. We'll see. If you ever have a wire nut that you twist and twist and it doesn't want to come off, it's just twisting the wires backwards. This old electrician would snip off the ends. And then it usually comes loose. Ta-da! All right, I've pulled the box out, and I've got the cord pulled somewhat to give me some room to work with it, but that sucker down there, that's about it. They didn't give me a lot, so I'll probably have to put a little bit more 10-2 in here to get the surge arrestor where I want it. Okay, I pulled out enough slack on the cable. I had to, this is the Shore Power. This one is a new piece of Romex that I ran because the other one was too short, over to the converter, which I had to pull out to get it in there. So you can see your Shore Power is coming in here. They give you a little, this is the load side going out. There's a little current transformer that you put on that. There is a little delay. There's a tab here. I guess there's a 15-second delay if the tab is in, and like a 136-second delay if the tab is pulled off before the thing actually kicks on. This is our remote. Got that plugged in. They say do not plug in the remote with power already on, so remember that. And then there's a little indicator light in there. It's supposed to go on. One thing I will say, not to teach folks how to be an electrician, this isn't really for that, but especially with solid wires, tighten them up, give them a little bend them back and forth a little bit, and then tighten them again, and maybe even one more time. Because whenever I see things, reviews on items like this or water heaters and stuff, and people return them and say what a piece of junk they are, they're always burned up here. And things get loose because of heat and cold and expansion and contraction and vibration, especially on a camper. And you know, a loose connection, that's where the heat will start. It'll create resistance and they'll start burning up. So that's just one little tip. Just to run through these codes, it's going through, it's saying 60 hertz right there. EO is normal, 120 volts, 1 amp being drawn right now. Okay, here's where it wound up. All installed, tucked back in there all right. And of course it's turned on and off with the breaker, but this is where I wound up setting this. Just drilled a little hole underneath and put the little connector in right there, and that could be disconnected if need be. One thing I did find out was suppose, for example, connecting a generator through this thing and it's not grounded, it'll sense that and it won't give you any power. So you have to bypass, use this little bypass switch, and then you'll get power through the unit, but you won't get the protection, I suppose. That's it.